Hi, I'm Dr. Heidi Marten, physical therapist and Pilates instructor, and I'm bringing you today, it's not a workout, it's a movement series, a movement flow, if you will, that I like to do when I'm not feeling the greatest. So lately I've been in an ankylosing spondylitis flare. I'm in between medications, and I'm in pain and I don't feel good and I'm really fatigued. And I know a lot of my clients deal with the same things, and I thought, gosh, probably a lot of people on the internet do too. So I'm just here to share some things that work for me. Please don't take any of this as medical advice because I'm not your physical therapist. I don't know you, I don't know your body. So please listen to your practitioners, listen to yourself, and only do things that feel good and are right for you to do. But otherwise, you can come explore with me and see what I like to do when I'm not feeling quite up to exercise, but I know that exercise is the answer. So you'll need a mat. You'll also need either a yoga strap or like an exercise band. We've got an exercise band here. And you could even use a towel if you don't have either an exercise band. It doesn't matter really how stiff it is. A stiffer one, I guess, is nicer, but it doesn't really matter. If you don't have that, a towel will do. And then maybe if you want a pillow behind your head when you're laying down, or if when we're laying on our belly, if you want a pillow under your belly so that you're not feeling your low back, that would be a really nice thing to do for yourself today. So grab one. I don't want one today. I kind of want very few props for myself today, but some days I do want it. So grab that and then meet me on your back. All right, so starting in hook lying position, knees and hips flexed, lying on your back. Just take an inhale in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth like you're blowing out birthday candles. Inhale through your nose, feel your ribs expand side to side into your back and your front equally, and then exhale, feel them close. One more nice inhale here. And exhale, layering on a pelvic floor contraction and deep core transverse abdominis contraction. Take an inhale in through your nose, exhale, contract your pelvic floor like you're trying to stop the flow of urine, or like you're trying to wink your anus, or perhaps pick up a raisin if you were sitting, you're laying. I guess that one doesn't make sense. But think of closing and lifting your pelvic floor, lifting it up, and drawing belly button towards your spine gently. And then release that. And then again, exhale, a little contraction, and inhale, release. A couple more. These are not max contractions. They're like a quarter of what you could do. Just little gentle contractions here. And release, and then one more time. Exhale, connect with your core. Inhale, release. Adding on, exhale, connect with your core and just tuck your tail into that imprinted position like you're trying to imprint your spine into the mat. And then release that. Again, exhale, imprint. So this is all abs, just tilting the pelvis. And release. If I had a cup of tea on my pubic bone, it would spill toward my chest just barely. And release. A couple more. Imprint. And release. And then the last time, imprint. And release. Moving on, hug one knee into your chest. And then you could either keep your leg bent or straighten out the other leg for a little bit more hip flexor. Just pull that knee in. Take a couple good breaths here. And then take your same hand as bent knee out to the side. Cross your leg over your body for a nice spinal twist here. Look towards your hand. Take a couple good breaths here. And then come back to center. Let that foot go. Hug your other knee into your chest. A little bit tight. And take a couple good breaths here. if it would feel good, you could always circle your knee around. You could pull a little more toward your armpit, out to the side or straight up. Whatever feels right today. And then open your arm out to the side, look toward the side, and a little gentle rotation over. And a couple good breaths into your ribs. And bringing it back in. Both knees will be bent again. Moving on to a little bit of gentle ab work. Inhale here, exhale, connect with your core, that little pelvic floor transverse abdominis contraction. Raise one leg into tabletop. Inhale, keep it there. Without moving your pelvis at all, raise the other leg up. Think flat belly. Just tap one foot down and bring it up. And tap the other foot down and bring it up. And exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. And exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Keep thinking flat belly. And only go down as far as you feel like you can. So if you feel like, I'm going to go about halfway here, otherwise I feel it in my back, only go halfway. I don't want you feeling this in your back. It should be abs, 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 abs. Nothing in the back. So if you're feeling it in your back, you're letting your pelvis go, and you're doing this type of thing where you're not disassociating the pelvis from the femur. So you really want to keep pelvis disassociated. It does not move at all. And then the hard thing for me, keep belly flat. Don't pooch the rectus abdominis. Couple more here. And the last one. And then just plant your feet on down. Moving on to a bridge. Feet can be a little bit closer to your glutes, hands down by your sides. This is a Pilates bridge. We're articulating through it. That means peeling one vertebrae, one backbone off at a time. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale, connect with your core. Tuck your tail into that imprint. Then keep going, squeezing your butt and sending your knees over your toes. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, soften through your chest. Melt down, tailbone touches last. For me, with ankylosing spondylitis, I feel tight in my back. I'm a lot tighter than I used to be, so I keep articulating, keep doing anything to help. Flex, extend, rotate, side bend my back. Take an inhale, exhale, tuck through your tail, roll up, squeeze your butt, especially if your hamstrings are gripping. The goal is to get your glutes to fire right before the hamstrings. And then soften on down. A couple more. Inhale, exhale, and roll up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, soften, melt down. Peeling one vertebrae down at a time. Last time, take an inhale. Exhale, roll up. Inhale at the top. And exhale, soften, roll down. All right. Moving on, go ahead, rub onto that band or yoga strap or towel, whatever it is. If it's a band or yoga strap, you can actually wrap it fully around. I like it really truly on the ball of the foot, wrapped. That's not going to be enough on that side. Wrapped fully around like that. And then just hold the band in your hand. Your free leg can be bent or straight, depending. And all you're going to do is kick your legs straight up to the ceiling and bend back down. If you feel this in your sciatic nerve, I want you to point your toes as you go up to the ceiling. And that should hopefully get you out of the sciatic nerve. If not, go lower or skip the exercise. I don't feel it in my nerve, so I'm gonna let my toes be flexed. So just getting a nice hamstring stretch here. A little sciatic nerve glide. And then just hold it up. Take a couple good breaths here. So the band is in the same side hand as my leg that is up. Taking my other hand out to the side, looking to the side, just open your leg out to the side. Try to keep both of your hips really heavy on the mat so you're not letting yourself rotate. Let's see if I can get back out of that. I did it. No rotation. And just breathe here. So it's a lot of work. There's an adductor stretch, but there's a lot of work stabilizing. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, raise your leg up to center. Switch arms, switch your gaze, cross your leg across. Again, if you feel sciatic nerve here, point. Maybe come up more. Don't be as deep into this. We don't want to aggravate your nerve, so let's not do that. Take one more inhale here. Exhale yourself back to center. And we're gonna move on to circles. So Pilates exercise, single leg circle, hold on to the band. It's really nice with the band here. Helps get that leg sucking into the socket just a little bit more. And what I want you to do is exhale your leg down, inhale it out and up, as though you're drawing a circle in the ceiling. So exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. And the goal is to keep the pelvis super stable. Again, really differentiating movement of femur from pelvis. The pelvis doesn't have to move with the femur, and it's all the abs to do that. Go ahead, reverse your direction. If you do feel some hip popping, clicking, maybe try sucking femur into socket more, like think of shortening your leg, drawing it in. You can also play with a little bit of external rotation or maybe even internal rotation. Some people do better with that. I do better with external rotation, just a touch. One more. Bend your knee in and go ahead and unband it. Before we band to the other foot, just take a break here. Lay on your mat. Maybe even close your eyes and just see what you feel. I want you to sense the difference between your two sides. For me, it's shocking. My right side, which is the side I've been working, feels like it's so much closer to the earth. It feels like it's melted into the earth. And my left side feels like it's like 3 feet off the ground. It's really interesting. So moving toward maybe feeling a little more symmetrical. Go ahead, you're going to grab your band, wrap your foot, and do what you like with your other leg. I want mine straight today. Take an inhale here, exhale, and just push your foot up toward the ceiling, and inhale back down. Again, same things apply. If you feel like your nerve on this side is on, then go ahead and point your toes. If pointing your toes makes the stretch feel less of a stretch, that's probably nerve. That's probably your hamstrings. Your hamstrings, they cross at the knee, and that's it. So anything you do with your ankle shouldn't alter that hamstring stretch. It's kind of a good way to know, is it my nerve or my hamstrings? Couple more. Last one. You'll just hold up and stay and breathe. All right, band's gonna be in the same hand as the foot. Take your other hand out, look towards your hand, and open your leg up to the side, keeping your pelvis super stable. So obliques are working. Couple good breaths here. Exhale, bring your leg to center using your obliques. Switch hands, switch your gaze, cross your leg over. A little bigger twist now than in the beginning. Couple more breaths here. And then on your next exhale, nice and strong through the abs. Snip them together, bring your leg back up to center. All right, onto the single leg circle. Connect with your core here. You're really working through this leg that's not working too, whether it be bent or straight. It's active, okay? It's not just flopped. It is active. And then go ahead, exhale as you go down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. 2 more in this direction. And let's reverse. I was feeling a little popping. I externally rotated, it stopped. 1 more, I think. And bend your knee in, And unband your foot. Take a second here again. We did it on the first side. Want to do it on the second side. Close your eyes. Lay down. And just see how you feel. Are your two sides a little more symmetrical? Mine certainly are. I feel like both sides have really started to melt into the mat, which is beautiful. Take a second, notice what you feel. And then go ahead, blink your eyes open. Bend your knees. Take your arms out to a T. Raise your legs up into tabletop, one at a time. And then take your legs over to one side for a nice big spinal twist. Take an inhale there, exhale. Knit your ribs together, knit your abs together. Come back up. Inhale the other way. And exhale, center. And inhale, switch. Exhale, center. Inhale, switch. Exhale, center. Last time. Inhale, switch. And exhale, center. Bring both feet back down to the ground. And go ahead and roll over onto your side. So, bottom arm is your pillow. Top hand is your kickstand hand. Legs are coming straight out. It's as though you're standing. And then you're just gonna bend your knees back. So you'll see my knees did not move forward in space. This is a clamshell that's a little bit different, neutral hip. Take an inhale here. Exhale, clamshell. Inhale, release. And exhale, clam. Inhale, release. I'm not thinking about lifting my knee. If I do, I'm gonna really use lateral quad here or maybe hip flexor. I'm thinking about just using my butt. I'm thinking about where the femur head is, and it's just rotating. That's all that I'm thinking. Just good rotation, and trying to get that rotation to come right from my butt, from my deep rotators and my glutes. A few more here. Really focusing on that glute work. If you are feeling it anywhere else, try to go a little slower. Take time to melt that muscle where you're feeling it each time, and then try to start again anew with the glutes. Couple more. And release. Take your legs long now, and then place your front foot in front of you, somewhere where it can stay. Bottom leg's going to do the work, moving to inner thigh. For some reason, I like my arm straight for this one. Take an inhale, and exhale, just lift, and inhale back down, and exhale, lift, and lower, and exhale, lift. As hopefully you can see, I'm not lifting so high that my pelvis is moving. Again, it's that disassociation. How can I adduct without moving anything else? I have a little mouse hole under my waistline, and I'm not squishing my mouse. So my hips are stacked. At least I think they are. I'm going for it. A couple more here. And then the last one, hold it up and just breathe. Maybe lift a little higher. Maybe go a little higher. Hold, 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 hold. Embrace the shake and lower on down. All right, moving on to the other side. So laying on your side, legs and hips are straight. Bend your knees back. Take an inhale here to prepare. Make sure your pelvis is stacked. This top hip bone is not rolled back. If it is, you're gonna get right into hip flexor. So move it forward, maybe a touch further than you think it belongs. That's okay. And now exhale, all in the glutes. And exhale, lift. Aiming to think, where's that rotation? Where's the femur spinning? And just feeling it right there in your butt. Maybe try to let go of anything like on this side. Oh, those lateral quads love working. That's better. So this is a work in progress. This is all really good therapeutic exercise to help you move better too, just for a little neuromuscular re-education. This is a good time to do it when you don't feel like doing something super difficult or something. Why not re-educate your body? So you've got a couple more. And then the last one, and release on down. Just straighten my arm. I don't know why, you do not have to. Take a foot forward and exhale, lift that bottom leg. Inhale it down and exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale and exhale, lift. So again, keeping pelvis super stable, space under my waistline for my little mouse. I'm not crushing him, nothing changes there. Shoulders and neck are relaxed as they can be. Couple more. And then your last one, hold it on up and stay. And maybe bring it a little higher. Hold it, maybe a little higher if you can. And lower on down. All right, moving on to your belly. So stack your hands under your forehead. So you've got a little place for your nose here, and your legs are coming out long. If you do feel your back, if you feel tight in your back or pressure on your back, please put a pillow under your belly. And then all we're gonna do is, without letting our pelvis move up and down like that, bend a knee and lower it down. And bend to the other knee and lower it down. So the goal is that these front hip bones, your ASIS, are not moving at all in space. And you can actually have your hands right here, feeling for that. You shouldn't feel your pubic bone pushing into the ground any more than it was at rest. Everything should feel about the same. This is a really nice quad stretch. We'll add a little more flair to it. Flex your foot as you bring it into your butt. Release halfway, point your foot, and release. So it'll be a flex, a point, and release. Flex, point, release. Flex, point, release. Flex, point, release. One more. Flex, point, release. Go ahead and just grab a foot and lay on down. So here it can be really nice to use your towel, your yoga strap, your band, if it's hard to grab your foot. You could also just have your knee bent in and not hold on to it, and that'll still give you a nice stretch. So whatever's attainable for you, do that today. Take a couple good breaths here. And then release on down. Let's switch to the other side. Same thing. Grab a foot and lay on your belly. Take a few nice exhales here, allowing the stretch to occur. And release. All right, place your hands in breaststroke position. It's kind of like a goalpost right by your sides. Take an inhale here. Exhale, connect with your core. Lift belly button to spine, squeeze your butt. Legs are active. Roll your shoulders onto your back as you push your hands into that. Coming into swan dive or up dog in yoga. I guess it'd be a high cobra, but, and come on down. And then again, inhale, roll a little imaginary marble away with your nose, lifting your head, shining your chest forward. Press your arms, hands into the mat, and then exhale back down. So this is a nice ab stretch for those of us who have really tight abs. And again, lift head and chest, shine forward. Belly button is lifted toward your back. Glutes stay on the whole time. One more time, push up and back down. So lie on your stomach with your arms out to a T, head turned to the left. Raise your left leg up and try to cross it back behind you, rocking over onto that right arm a little bit, that right shoulder, as long as that's comfortable for you. It's a nice pec stretch, nice lateral fascia mobilization. And come back to center. And then switch your head, switch your gaze. And then come back to center. And keep going like that for a few. And again. One more each way. We'll hold it a little bit longer. Take a couple good long breaths here. See if you can get any further without pushing too hard here. Just gently, what is your mobility today, right now? Coming back to center in the other direction. Couple nice breaths here. Just respecting where you are today. And come on back to center. Stack your hands, place your forehead on your hands. Squeeze your right glute first, then lift the right leg up toward the ceiling. Lower them down. Squeeze the left glute, then lift the left leg. Really important to squeeze that glute first because we do want your glute to contract microseconds before your hamstrings. So this is a really nice way to relearn movement. So go ahead, squeeze that right glute, lift the right leg, lower down. Squeeze the left glute, lift the left leg, lower down. Try not to let your pelvis be moving again. You want to stay nice and still. Abs should be on. And glutes should be on, so it should feel like abs and glutes. That's what's carrying this exercise. Abs and glutes. Just a couple more. And one more each side. Not feeling anything in your back. If you do feel it in your back, more abs, also probably a pillow under your belly. And release. Go ahead and come up onto hands and knees. Whew. Take the hair out of your face. All right. So on hands and knees here, take an inhale, shine your chest forward for happy cow. And then exhale, tuck your tail round into angry cat. Inhale, happy cow. Exhale, angry cat. Inhale, happy cow. Shining your chest forward, pulling your shoulder blades down and together gently. And then exhale, angry cat, spreading your shoulder blades. One more time. Through happy cow and angry cat. And just come back to neutral. We call this swim prep in Pilates. You might notice bird dog. Connect with your core here. Exhale, slide your right arm forward, left leg back. Hold it for the inhale. And then exhale, back down. Pretend you have a cup of water on your tailbone. Switch to the other side. And you're not going to let it spill. And exhale, lift, inhale, and then exhale down. And exhale, lift, inhale, and exhale down. A couple more, so lots of stability. One more each way. And then bring it back in, tuck your toes under as though you were going to push back into down dog, which you're not now. And go ahead and just lift your knees and inch off the mat. And hold for primate push-up here. Take a couple good breaths here. And release down. All right, come into a child's pose. So spread your knees a little bit, big toes together. You can grab a pillow or two and place it on your thighs so you have something to lay over. You could grab a pillow or two and place it under your butt so you have somewhere to sit, especially if you're tighter in the knees or hips. So those are really nice things you can do. We're gonna be here a little while. I'm actually just gonna flop over this way because props seem like a little too much for me today. So listen to you, whether it's physically or emotionally. And I'm gonna stack my hands under my forehead. I think that feels really nice. So I love child's pose because it's a great place where you can feel your pelvic floor. You can actually get some length through your pelvic floor. So just start to take some deep breaths here, sending your air all the way down into the bottom of your pelvis. Possibly imagine that your lungs are super long. They go all the way down into the base of your pelvis. And with every inhale, you're filling the base of your super long lung. So take a few breaths with that in mind. Inhale deep down into the super long lungs. And exhale. Inhale as you fill the base of that lung. You can feel your pelvic floor actually gently bulging. And exhale, pelvic floor comes back. Couple more breaths that way. Maybe notice if you can, feel the spread of your sitting bones, if you can, feel the gentle bulge of the pelvic floor. And maybe you can't, and that's totally okay. See if you can imagine it, see if you can try to make it happen. Maybe notice if one sitting bone, one side feels like it's moving better or bigger than the other side. Take some time now to just focus on your right pelvic lung. Just take air down into the right side. And then come back to center, fill both lungs. Just take a second, ask yourself, does that feel any different? And then move to your left pelvic lung. And come back to center. Again, ask yourself, how does that feel? Does it feel any different? If you did have a tighter side, does it feel like that's abated at all? You could definitely spend more time here. But for today, just take a couple more breaths. Noticing the movement of your pelvic floor as you breathe. Noticing how when your respiratory diaphragm moves down, so does your pelvic diaphragm and your pelvic floor. And as your respiratory diaphragm moves back up, so does your pelvic floor. And then go ahead, walk yourself back up to a seat. Grab onto your band or a towel, yoga strap, whatever it is. Just a couple things here. I'm gonna double my band over just so I have a little more tension. Grab onto the band behind you. If you have great flexibility of your shoulders, you could just interlace your fingers behind you. I don't. So I'm gonna hold on to the band so I feel like I can get somewhere. Roll your shoulders onto your back and just lift up into a stretch. Couple good breaths here. And release. All right, whatever it is, band or towel or yoga strap. I've doubled mine so it's a little hardier, a little more like a towel or yoga strap. Take your arms just up, and they should be a little wider than shoulder height probably, and then just side bend on over, and I'm pulling on it a little bit. I can't get very far, but just pulling. Take a couple inhales into your ribs, into this side rib here. Cool, right where it feels tight. And then exhale back up, and inhale on over. And take a couple good inhales right into the side rib. And exhale back up. One more time, go ahead and lift your hands up behind you using your strap or just interlacing your fingers, whatever feels good. And release. All right, well, I hope that this was helpful for you. Just giving you a few ideas on things that you could do when you're not feeling quite up to exercise or when your body's hurting. That can maybe be supportive. Maybe get some of the deep core on, some of the deeper musculature that's generally a little weaker in people, and have you feeling better, give you a little more energy hopefully by the end. That's my goal with this today. All right, well, thank you for joining me. Until next time, goodbye.